Aloha, everybody. Welcome back to another calm and collective weekly Toge recap. So sit back, grab your favorite hot beverage as I go over what happened this week. Past events, there were none. So let's get right on to the team changes. Dark Soul saw Kuro Sportivo underscore O2 join. Kamikaze saw Rose. I dare say I believe it is Rose. It's just kanji, so I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that. Not even gonna try. Spirit Racing saw Ash join, and Overdrive saw Seiji join. Overall, all the teams are growing, no one's leaving. All is good in the world. All is good. As for future events, Battle Stage, the course has been announced. It is Habogahara, however, it is a modified drift version of it, wherein the starting line happens at the bottom of the four consecutive hairpins on the drift course, and it keeps on going until you hit the cone, wherein Takumi and the other guy would turn around in initial D, and that would be the endpoint. Overdrive stage, the car and track have been announced, and if you feel like joining, feel free to sign up around any time right about now. It's happening this Sunday. But the car for that is the MX5 Cup, and the track is Tsukuba Circuit. Again, you can sign up whenever you want, all in the Overdrive Discord. Now, on to mod review. So this week there was a new spicy hot Evo that got released, the TME. Now, I have a bunch of opinions on it myself. I've tested it through and through. However, Banty, what is your take on this beauty of an Evo?
Well, I mean, it feels kind of more like a Skyline than an Evo. It just, when you take a corner, it doesn't feel like it wants to turn in enough. But that could be because I'm taking the wrong lines. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt on that. On the other hand, when you get on the accelerator out of the corner, it feels more like an FF because it wants to just kind of pull outwards, more like inwards when it's accelerating. So it's just kind of awkward, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, when I was driving it, I noticed that the handbrake is it's not very responsive. You have to flick it and handbrake it, maybe even gear lock it as well, just to get it to actually turn in, or at least to slide in.
Yeah,
Not
I
sure
mean,
if y'all ever had to do that to get it to turn.
eh,
No, I've had to do that. Yeah.
I mean, anyone who played with TNT cars had to do that.
I don't do it very often because it's just kind of.
Ooh, I guess you really don't like the Evo Mat comparing it to TNT.
No, just it's way more planted than normal. I can say that it's heavier. It feels heavier, like Benji said, more like a Skyline. But I mean, you still got the bit of liftoff oversteer, but not so much as we used to. I think
Yeah.
it's a more track focused car. Maybe something about the tires. It's being too grippy. I don't know. For me, honestly, it's an Evo. So it's good for some things, it's bad for other things. It's a different kind of car for me. More the rear wheel drive slidey stuff.
eh,
Right.
eh,
I know when I was driving it and everything, comparing it to the other TW Evo 6, this one feels like it has less power overall, even though it has more newton meters of torque. Weighs like, I think, 100 kilos more, but so I'm not sure if the power to weight ratio is about the same, higher or lower, but it just feels odd. Like I think I'd have to look at the power bands of both of them and see, but I think the older one has more lower end torque than this one.
That's why I think it's down to the tires because if you think about it, the tires being more grippy, it like bites more into the road. You should accelerate faster, but then the weight of the car comes in more. How can I say it affects more? Like if you just wheel spin, you pretty much like the RPM and the speed will seem faster.
That
well,
would make sense. Like the other Evo was, while it did have liftoff, it definitely was very, very responsive when turning. At least whenever I drove it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the new Evo kind of has only a little bit more power, actually. It's like not too much faster, and yes, it does have less low-end torque. So you are correct with that.
All right, so I'm not going delusional. Awesome.
And I mean, Evos IRL have more front power than rear. Like they kind of have more power going to the front than the rear. So it's kind of like, eh.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
that's gonna be why it feels like an FR. Like if you stomp on it, the front wheels are gonna lose traction faster.
When will we ever get an RF one of these days?
Rear engine front wheel drive, oh god.
For the memes, we have to
Why?
see.
No, no, just no.
Just mount a decently sized engine longitudinally in like a Maluch or a 126P and boom.
Just drive the
That'd
rear
be
line throttle
perfect for the front
backwards.
wheels.
I mean, what about a two-engine car?
I already saw some mods
I
for that.
swear there's some madman who's done that with a Volvo.
I know of a
In real life?
Dodge Spirit
Yeah, in
that's
real
done that.
life. An
In real life,
850
there's a new
got 2
Beetle
HP.
that has 2 engines. There's a Golf Rabbit that has 2 engines. There's a what was the name of the car? The Clio V6. Someone actually made a replica and put 2 engines in. It's
Someone
not
put
that
2 engines in a Clio V6.
not the real Clio V6, just a
Well, yeah, but made a
replica.
replica. Someone put 2 engines in a Clio. As a man of
Alright.
Clios, I am intrigued. I'll have a look for that.
And mod
Alright.
wise, I know there is a Golf third MK3 with 2 engines on it.
I mean, somebody LS swapped a Golf. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yes, the Evo. However,
Um,
I will say all those vehicles that were mentioned probably have one thing in common, and that is some very nice engine sounds. Not gonna lie, whenever I'm listening to this new Evo's engine, it just makes me want to like shove a nail through my ear.
I mean, it's not as bad as like, what was it? Was this like 8.6? That sounded like you were trying to kill a rabbit. It was
The
horrible.
Kunos 86?
No, it was another 8.6 mod.
Yeah.
Sounded like death.
I think I know which one it
Kunos
is.
sounds.
The Kunos one is trolley, so it's not that bad. But I think there was
Still not great.
there was a cappuccino that sounded like 8, but
Yeah.
like the Evo itself doesn't sound that great, but it didn't sound that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually don't mind it too much. In general, I don't mind the Evo that much.
It's not. Yeah, I think it's not an outstanding engine sound, just there. So, yay.
It does the
Yeah.
job.
Does its job. Does it kind of average. Not the greatest, not the worst. Just kind of meh.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the same internal sound for the external.
Oh no. I see.
Yeah.
But on some other small things on the Evo, it's just kind of the rear end feels like it has more grip sometimes when it really shouldn't. Just weight distribution problems with the Evo. Real life, the rear end would come out more, but it's kind of like,
Yeah, I don't know. I've always had problems making this thing swing out. Like whenever I drove it, it wouldn't necessarily like understeer where the front wheels lose traction all the way, but it just wouldn't turn in.
Well, it's like the rear end won't lose traction sometimes.
Yeah, so it's got that push as you go into the corner and then come out of it again.
Yeah, which can be good, but kind of because of how the power distribution feels.
I don't like any sort of push like that personally. It don't play with my driving style. But
Yeah, don't you drive without a
some
clutch?
people, yeah, I do drive without a clutch.
Yeah, I can kind of see how that would conflict with your
Yeah.
style.
And then the wing on it feels kind of aggressive, but I mean that's fine. It is a very aggressive wing. So
3D model wise, it's pretty decent.
yeah, it's
Like,
quite nice. It has
The
indicators.
maps
Good, yeah.
scare me, to be honest. If you take the AO of anything in the car, just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
But
that is a
then
bit complex. That it took
Yeah,
me a
but
moment to figure that out. But
it's not bad. It's just intimidating. But actually, I
Well-
think it's good.
I
Two
loaded in
wing-
a little paint scheme that I made for it, and then my windscreen wipers were orange, and I was just like, what?
Oh god. But like two small little things that I like on it is that I have indicators, and they show up on the interior. I really like that. Downside is I don't have hazards. So yeah,
I
it's
don't
kind
have
of
That's
maps
an
or
easy
anything, so I don't use them.
change.
yeah.
Just imagine the Evo is the hazard.
Yeah, I mean, Evo driver knows that they're going to be an asshole on the road, so.
I mean, I painted my car orange, so I suppose it'll do as one big hazard light.
I mean,
One
bright
thing we're
blue.
kind of forgetting is this evolution is the Tommy Mackin.
Tommy Macno
Yeah,
one
no
has
one's actually mentioned that yet.
Yeah, it's the Tommy Macino edition, which has worse weight distribution problems than the stock Evo 6. So the rear end should be coming out a decent amount. The front should act like a pivot because the front is heavier than the rear, and the rear is really light. That's why it has a wing. And if you were to remove the wing, it would just want to die. So
I mean, maybe with tuning, those issues can be done. I didn't delve into deep into tuning the car. It has decent tuning, but I haven't played around with it. I've been kind of busy this week. But I don't know. It may be fixable, like easy.
I tried
eh.
to tune it. I did the extremes and I still couldn't get the rear end to come out.
If I want the rear end to come out, like I'm going to a hairpin like Irihazaki, I'll just clutch, rev the engine, pull the handbrake, and then kind of rally it. I don't know how to describe it.
That's hard to do when you don't have a clutch.
Yeah,
it's
I
understandable for you.
mirror that one. I mean, I can throw it into neutral and then pull my. Well, for me, it's a shifter. I've got the handbrake map too.
There's another way of doing it where you just kind of yeet it in hard, like just weight transfer it aggressively and just throw it in really, really hard.
Problem I have with that is that because it doesn't have the low end torque and I don't have a clutch to clutch kick,
And
I
you
yeet it
just
in
kinda,
and then the wheels do nothing because it's in the low end of the torque.
Yeah.
Under the revs. So
yeah,
it
so
can
it
be
kind
awkward.
of sucks at doing its job as a rally car like that if you don't have a
Just
clutch.
bit.
I mean, I would say gear shifting, gear locking, but doesn't seem to work with the car.
No, I've done proper grip time attack runs on Tsuchisaka, and I don't need to clutch on the downshift. I don't need to, sorry, not a clutch. I don't need to blip on the downshifts whatsoever because it just doesn't unsettle the car whatsoever. So.
Yeah, it feels more like a track car than a toge car.
Yeah, it does.
That's what I think. It's more track focused, like I said. Uh, Going off topic for a bit, the interior is something I wanted to talk.
All right.
It's not bad, but it doesn't seem finished. It's good looking as hell, good 3D models. But for example, when you turn on the lights, nothing lights up.
What are
You
you talking
always
about?
have for me, it never lights up. The
Yeah, for
I
me,
interior
have the
gauges.
dashboard light up, yeah.
Then
Well,
mine's
lights are
bugged.
on.
You
It
probably
would
have the
appear
older
that way.
version of it. Because there was an update for the vehicle.
There were several updates. One was when they added to the pack, and one was before they added to the pack. So
Then disregard that. Cut.
Oh no, this is all staying in.
yeah. Though I really, really like the indicator thing because you can actually see the indicators on the dashboard. That is very neat. Though I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
sure if
cool.
there's a sound.
Oh yes, you guys are correct.
Quite sure that
wrong one.
a few TW cars have that, don't they?
I haven't checked, but I know this Evo 6 has them.
Believe that the SIL 80 has the dashboard lights as well, although I could be mistaken, but I think it does.
I mean, I haven't driven that SIL 80 yet. I like the older one, so I've been driving that lately.
Yeah, it when it all got updated, it did mess it. Well, yeah, I'll say mess up. It messed up the balance quite a lot, if you ask me. It gave it more power, and then the tires just felt like they got so much less grip. But we're not talking about the SIL 80 today. We're talking about the Evo.
Yes.
We should, at some point, we should probably do a review on the TW pack entirely.
Probably.
That would take a while, given how bad we are at staying on topic. But
yes.
And
eventually, if we just cover the TW pack in general, eventually we'd hit everything.
I mean,
yeah,
we just have to have a bullet point system for it, and then we can kind of let's talk about the SIL 80. Let's talk about the RX-7. Let's talk about the whatever car we're talking about, the R31, something like that.
Yeah.
And in the future, there may be a certain car pack showing from yours truly.
Oh, that okay, yeah.
It's going to take some time.
Was it going to be from Jeff?
Yeah, us pretty much, me, Jeff, and the boys are working some stuff out.
I've been hearing he's been having a little bit of a problem with one of the cars.
All the cars. Every car has problems.
Yeah, I mean, like
Oof.
one of the wheel, like he's just been having problems with it, I guess. Anyway, back on topic on the Evo.
Back onto the Evo once again.
Yeah, the Evo.
This is what I was
forget.
saying. We're terrible at this.
Yes.
I mean,
For the interior, I have no opinion on it because I use bumper cam only.
I like the
I've-
interior a lot. It's very
I've
nice.
not looked around the interior from like just a driver's seat position, looking forward and using the neck. I don't have any problems, but I've not had a proper look around the interior, so I can't really say too much.
The issue that I had was like it's just outdated. I have no issues then because besides that, it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah,
Like, it's very well.
I mean, the Evo's interior is equal to the new Supra's interior to me, so pretty good. The handling does need some work though. It's kind of so-so.
Yes, if you want a full review of the Supra, check last week's video.
I
Was
wasn't
that only
there.
a week ago. Wow, that week went slowly. That was only a week ago.
Wasn't
Was it?
it? I actually fuck.
Oh.
These-
It's a week ago.
These days just meshed together. It's in within the past month. Just check all the videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
stop being lazy. Watch all of
like
it.
them all, comment on them all, and make sure to subscribe.
like, comment, and subscribe. Remember, people, to hit the bell so YouTube doesn't kill us and does send the notification.
Can we hit 1 million likes on this video?
Okay,
Just talking
so
breaking stuff.
I have a few more things to talk about on the Evo.
Back on topic once again.
Yes. I would like more alignment options on it if that's realistic at all, because then you would be able to switch. Well, I'm not sure if it actually has alignment options or not, but I mean, having
It
it
does
more.
have some. It has the camber,
Well,
it has the toe, but that's about it.
I want to be able to put a bit more negative and whatever. You get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's
More
a bit more of a
range.
yeah.
I know for a fact you wouldn't want me to modify the car because if I did, I would so give you the option to put in like negative 45 degrees of camber.
If I
What is this? A Bosuzoku car? Oh my god.
no, I mean, if it was me modifying a car, it'd be a fucking wagon car in the end. Like 550 wheel horsepower, just kind of zooming down the wagon, dying.
Started life as an Evo, but now it's a Dodge Caravan.
Jesus.
It's a Dodge Caravan, people. Ah,
1988.
1988 Dodge Caravan. All the other ones are kind of ugly, to be honest. Especially the 87. Oh god, twin headlight style.
Someone
Well, no,
hook-
Spass
hook
was
this
the
man up
OG.
with a
Changed my mind.
I mean, 87 is the best. No, I'm joking. 88.
All right, but I dare say that seems to be about it for the Evo. If anyone else has any quips to throw in.
I mean, slightly more small tuning on the wing would be nice, but that's about it, to be honest.
I heard some people talking about the trunk lights, but I don't get it. They say it's wrong, it's bad, and just looks fine.
I've not
I
noticed
think
any issues with that.
I think they're talking about the running lights and the brake lights. I can't remember, but I think all of them are running lights and brake lights. But I'm not sure.
Details.
Small stuff like that, I'm not sure about anymore.
Yeah, that would take a little bit to sort through and actually fix, though.
Yeah, that's position. Oh wow, I cannot say that. That is precise stuff.
Yeah,
So-
because I think with the actual taillight itself, you'd have to separate that model into individual parts, and then for each part assign that as a different light.
I've never done lights, so I don't know. I would
Well,
love to learn
that
more
just
about that.
sounds
But
like it'd be a lot of work just to do.
It is.
it is probably.
But I dare say that is probably everything on the Evo. Thanks for coming, boyos.
No problem.
No problem.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm not. Just kidding.
Oh wow. I've been drinking my coffee this entire time. You almost made me spit it out. Thanks, bud.
I'm always here for that.
But that is all that happened this week. I'm Mr. Potato Man, signing off.